Hey, first graders. Okay, this is for you to be able to tie up your shirt. Okay, so I've sent all of you home a white shirt. If you have one at home you'd rather use, that's fine. And 5 elastics. Really, that's all you should need. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple different options. And really, though, you could do it any way because the fun thing about tie-dye shirts is they never are exactly the same. So whatever you do, you're going to end up with your own special shirt to help you remember your first grade year. Okay, so let me show you some of the ideas we had. Okay, so here I have a white shirt. Now the first idea is the easiest. This is just, I like to say, it turns it into a cloudy sky. Okay, this is one where you're not trying to get a specific design. So what it will end up doing is just having splotches of blue and splotches of white. So it will kind of look like a sky that has some clouds in it. And the way we do this one is you simply start bunching up the shirt. You just bunch it, bunch it, bunch it, however you get it. You want to just get it in a nice big wad. Okay, and once you bunch it up into a wad, something you never would do with your clothes normally, then you just wrap the elastics around. You might need some extra hands to help you get them around because you want to twist them so they really hold on tight. So you don't want to just set it around one time. Okay, you want to put it around and twist it and pull it around a second time. So our goal here is just to get it to stay wadded up. So you put it wherever you can just to get that wadded up shirt to stay tight in a bundle. Okay, I'm going to move this. So you can see the elastics are going all different directions, and it's just helping the shirt stay in a nice bundle. Okay, so that's one option. The next option, I'm going to take these back off, which is harder than putting them on sometimes because they get caught on each other. Okay, so the next option is if you want the shirt to look like it has a swirl in it. Okay, this one is one of the trickier ones to do, just to get it to really end up being a swirl. So you're welcome to try this, but know that it may end up a really good swirl, and it may end up that you can barely see the swirl. Okay, so for this one, you're going to want to turn the shirt upside down. Okay, so you want it facing down. And then you're going to go to the very middle of the shirt. So that's going to be about right here. And you're going to pinch it. You're going to pinch it right in the middle of the shirt with one hand. And then the other hand, you're just going to start spinning it around and around where you were pinching. Okay. See how I'm getting it to just go around that spot? Once I've got it most of the way, then again, see if I turn it over, I can see a nice little swirl, like a snail shell. Okay, so once I get it spun around, then again, our goal is to help it stay in that space. So I'm going to start twisting these around it, just like we did with the other one. And again, I'm going to try to do it once and twist it and get it a second time. Once, and twist it around a second time. Okay, so again, our goal with the rubber bands is just to help get everything to stay in place. Okay, So there, see, I can turn it over and I can kind of see where the swirl was. These rubber bands are just helping it stay in place. Okay, so there's the second option. The third option is a bullseye. Okay, so if you can think of what a bullseye looks like, this one is a pretty easy one to do. Okay, so again, shirt out, face up, just when you do want it face up. Okay, and just like the last one, we're going to pinch it right in the middle. I'm going to pinch it right in the middle, but this time I'm not going to hold it in place. I'm going to lift it up. Okay, so I pinched it in the middle and I just lifted it straight up. Then, once I have it lifted straight up, I'm going to take an elastic and wrap it around there close to the point. And notice I'm wrapping it lots of times. I think I did it like 4 or 5 times. As many times as you can. You want it nice and tight. The tighter you do it, the better the bullseye will show up. Okay? Then we're going to come down a little bit further. I'm going to put another elastic. And again, you want to do it as many times as you can get it. So on the other ones, we were doing it only like 2 times each time. Here we want to do as many as we can. Then we come down a little further. Okay. And a little further. All these you should be able to get around 3 times, at least. And one more. So the hardest thing about this one is getting that elastic around it several times, not just 1 or 2. Okay. So if you get it like that, that will turn it into a bullseye. So that was the third way. I gotta get these off again, and I will show you the fourth way. The fourth way is kind of tricky, but it ends up looking really cool if you can do it. Okay. So this one will end up having your shirt covered in like squares. Okay, so you'll have it's called a window pane check. It's actually kind of like what my shirt is doing. How it's the whole thing's in squares, except instead of having colors making the squares, the white part will end up making the squares. Okay, so this one, again, we can have it flat on the table. And for this one, I'm going to actually come start at the bottom, if you guys can see the bottom here. Okay, so I'm going to fold it up a little bit, and then I'm going to take what I just folded up and fold that underneath. If you've ever made a paper fan, that's basically what you're doing with the shirt. You're folding it back and forth and back and forth like you do for a fan. Okay, so fold it up, fold it underneath, fold it up, fold it underneath, and then we've got just this last part to fold over. Okay, so I just folded it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I didn't roll it, I didn't get it so it's going around and around, so you can see how there's lots of different folds here because it was going back and forth and back and forth. Okay, once I have it back and forth, then I turn it the other direction, and I'm going to go back and forth again. So I'm going to go down, and that whole thing underneath. Fold it down, fold that whole thing underneath. Down, underneath, and back and forth. So you can see I folded it back and forth in both directions. So now I just kind of have this box here. Okay. And then once I have this kind of box shape, Again, I'm going to use my elastics to get it to stay in place. I want them to go around 2 times each. This one you might only want to use 4 of your elastics instead of all 5, but it's up to you. So I went 2 that direction. I'm going to do 2 this direction. Okay, just like that. And again, the goal is just to get it to stay in place. So that's your 4th way of doing it. Okay, so there you go. 4 different ways you can fold your shirt. You decide which one, it doesn't matter. But as soon as you have that shirt done, put it with the other things you're going to bring back with me. So get your shirt done, get the September project started, and then contact me and sign up for a time to come in and give me back your shirt, and we'll finish September. We'll do the November. I'll give you one other piece, and we'll do a little bit of a reading power check. Okay, so let me know when you're ready for that. Have fun with your shirts. I'm excited to see what they're all going to look like. See ya.